A very good evening and welcome to this week's last edition of Primetime News. I'm Selima Shimwe-Feleni. Leading our news bulletin this evening, 66 people have died of hepatitis E virus infection in Namibia since the beginning of a hepatitis E virus infection outbreak in 2017. This was said by World Health Organization representative in Namibia, Dr. Charles Segoe Moses, at Utapi on Thursday during his hepatitis E virus infection outbreak response visit to the Omusati region. He was accompanied by Japan's ambassador to Namibia, Hideaki Harada. Segoe Moses said there are an estimated 20 million hepatitis E virus infections worldwide, and of these cases, an estimated 3.3 million are symptomatic. Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, said Namibia is still far from sustainably flattening the COVID-19 epidemiological curve as the number of new infections in the country remains high. Shangula said this during the COVID-19 briefing held on Thursday.
Let me reiterate again that at present, the number of new infections in our countries remain high. Infections are being reported on a daily basis from all the regions around the country. The basic reproductive ratio, or the rate at which a single infection multiplies or gives rise to other new infections, stand at 0.94 for the epidemiological week 16, or the week from 19th to 25th of April 2021. For the epidemiological week 15, that is from the 12th to the 18th of April, the basic reproductive ratio stood at 1.3. We have thus recorded a slight decrease in this figure. Ideally, the basic reproductive ratio should be less than 1. Unfortunately, the current data available indicates that COVID-19 transmission in our community is continuing across the country. It is from this vantage point that the National COVID-19 Dashboard Monitoring Team and the National Health Emergency Management Committee made recommendations for the public health measures that will come into force at midnight on Friday. Where no change is announced, the regulations remain in place and in force as earlier gazetted under Regulation 233. Public gatherings will remain at 100 persons, both for indoors and outdoor gatherings, as per the current regulations. Measures related to education also remain unchanged. The curfew starts at 22 hours until 04 hours, as is currently the case.
A total of 4,839 graduates were conferred their qualifications during a University of Namibia virtual graduation ceremony held on Wednesday. They include 2,020 graduates from the education faculty, 44 medical doctors, and 16 PhD graduates. Speaking during the virtual ceremony, Vice President of Namibia and the University of Namibia Chancellor, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, highlighted that the high number of graduates from the Faculty of Education depicts enormous and continued interest in education.
The University of Namibia this year has managed to graduate 4,839 graduates who come from a wide range of disciplines from UNAM's rich course offerings from across 8 faculties. Today we celebrate 16 PhD graduates in areas of critical importance to national development. In addition, 44 medical doctors are entering the medical profession this year. I am thus happy to announce that the highest number of graduates come from the Faculty of Education, with a total of 2,020 graduates. This enormous and continued interest in education is a sign that the future of our children is in good hands. On the contrary, the smallest number of graduates are emanating from the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology. This tells me that we must keep watch with a keen eye over the number of graduates from the various faculties. Our low input in engineering is a cause for concern and needs urgent attention. This is particularly true in the context of New Namibia, driven by Vision 2030 that we aim for.
Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, said more than 20,000 Namibians have been vaccinated for COVID-19 countrywide.
As it is happening in other countries around the world, the fight against COVID-19 pandemic in Namibia continues. In order for our nation to prevail against this threat, we have added more ammunition to our arsenal in the form of COVID-19 vaccines. It is encouraging that more and more Namibians are coming forward to get vaccinated. The Ministry of Health and Social Services has established a total of 383 COVID-19 vaccination sites in different health districts around the country. Of these, 181 are fixed, 154 are mobile, and 48 are outreach points. So far, more than 20,315 persons have already been vaccinated around the country, following the rollout of the nationwide vaccination program. This is indeed an encouraging, positive public response. We call upon more Namibians to go and get vaccinated. The vaccination program is being rolled out under the auspices of the existing expanded program on immunization, through which the ministry has implemented vaccination campaigns in the past.
Your top roundup is up next. Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Uthoni, said as a long-term solution to the housing problem in Namibia, the government should take into account the affordability levels of the targeted housing end users. Uthoni made the remarks at the official launch of a 132 housing development project by Namibia International Capital with financial support from Shelter Afrique at Osona Village. Uthoni said the reality is that local authorities have been selling and continue to sell serviced and unserviced land to private property developers who have built and continue building housing units that are often unaffordable to those in need of houses. It's time for the Economics Roundup. That's all the hard news we had for you tonight. I'll be sitting in for Shelva Wells with tonight's sports update. Windhoek Mayor Job Amopanda said the city of Windhoek will not allow the Sam Nujoma Stadium to spiral down a path of depreciation and devaluation because it is a national asset that should benefit generations. Amopanda made these remarks in a media statement issued today while responding to media questions on the plans the city has for the stadium after it was suspended last week by the Confederation of African Football, CAF. Last week, CAF suspended the stadium due to substandard infrastructure and ordered that no international game should take place there until it is upgraded because it is no longer fit for international football. The suspension also resulted in CAF fining the Namibia Football Association $6,000 for the lack of technical facilities at the stadium. In our international sports update, an all-British heavyweight showdown between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury in July or August is dead in the water, according to Fury's promoter. Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, said on Thursday he was 100% confident the fight would happen, despite concerns over delays in finalizing the super fight. Saudi Arabia, where Joshua won a rematch against Andy Ruiz Jr. in December 2019, has reportedly offered a huge sum to host the fight. Bob Arum, although believes it will not now be possible to complete negotiations in time and has called for the two boxers to arrange other fights. Manchester United have banned 6 individuals for the alleged abuse of Tottenham Hotspur's Son Heung-min on social media this month, the Premier League club said on Friday. The South Korean forward was targeted following Spurs' 3-1 Premier League defeat by United on April 11. United said in a statement, regretfully, suspensions have been issued subject to appeal to 3 season ticket holders, 2 official members and 1 individual on the season ticket waiting list. Stand by for your sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you tonight. Many thanks for tuning in. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest happenings locally and globally. From myself, Selima Shimwe-Feleni, and the entire Nampa crew, it's good night.